a wise owl, see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see this team's sure-handed wide receiver. He's been a production machine with a 1,200-yard season thus far. It's the Tigers and the Colts, just ahead on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Mike Vrabel unsure of that last call. He's going to throw out the red flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch.
After reviewing the play, ruling on the field.
So a good decision there by Mike Vrabel. They correctly contest that call. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Henry. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mills. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. To throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Intercepted by the Colts. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake.
He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
They'll run straight ahead with Ware. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Henry flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Henry. Touchdown Colts. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And room there to work it inside the 25. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great... Off the play fake. Henry. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A give running left is Ware. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go again with Ware. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum, because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. They'll take over. 1st down and 10. The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Stewart on 1st down. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now back to throw. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Tigers are back within a score.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because giving up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys.
First down, it's Ware. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. They have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Henry. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, Henry. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Off-play action. Henry. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective game nonetheless.
On 2nd down, it's Ware. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Looking to throw. Henry. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. A give to Ware. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And again, this is Ware. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result by each and every attempt.
It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. They'll look to throw here. He'll buy some time right. And he rifles one incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 56 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They go back to Stewart on first. Good move at the 30. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Back to throw now on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he'll decide to keep this once more. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Stewart. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They give to Stewart out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Again, it's Stewart on 2nd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Tigers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Throwing to start the drive. Henry. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 3rd down, this is where. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll leave this for Ware. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Henry dumps that off to Ware. shot before break. Henry. He's got it. This is Ware. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they will wrangle it down a couple of yards shy of the 30. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has. And it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Man open is Robinson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. 2 catches. They start the drive with Ware. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run with Ware. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. The Colts send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Beckham. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide...
running on first down with Ware. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. On first down, they run again with Ware. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He finds his man, complete. That's Mills.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
From the gun, they run with Ware. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
They run again with Ware. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Henry. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stewart on the counter.
He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Here's Stewart up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Another run for Stewart. He's been busy. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get him.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Colts are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Ware gets hit, and the ball is loose.
Wow. That ball. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. To throw on second down, Henry. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration, because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 40. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back to the ground now with Stewart. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
138 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Here's the option play now to the left. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the finals. Throwing on first down. Henry. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
A higher-scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping